Morning, welcome to the next podcast of Collier-talks cricket memorabilia. A couple of weeks ago now we had Tim Knight's auction, which I think for him was quite a successful auction. Obviously an online jobby now to counteract the COVID problem. I think it goes quite well really, but it's a bit of a social event, so I hope Tim is thinking about getting it back on to the Leicester premises in the future. So anyway, he managed to send me a catalogue on that one, which was had Lord Hawk on the front there. I did manage to pick up a few bits, but a few bits I was outbid on, so it was quite a strong auction in that respect. But I managed to pick up Waterman's Patsy Hendren signed postcard there, which is quite a nice little postcard, which goes along now with my Jack Hobbs Waterman's pens postcard. So I think Waterman's pens come out about £100 for the cheapest, so still quite a popular pen these days. But I'm not sure who else was using Waterman's pens in those days. It's late 20s, 30s, early 30s, so I live and learn on that one. Another purchase was this lovely postcard of the 1921 Australian side, which was actually sent to Mr. Bailey from Eddie Main there, so it's quite a nice little postcard there, bit of history to it. So quite a rare card that, so I'm quite pleased to have that one. So that gives me a bit of a complete set on that. And a lovely pristine Orient line. As you know, my passion is the ship, so concentrating on those these days. This is a 1961 Orient line brochure from the ship, which is fully signed. Lovely signatures in there. So I'm quite pleased with that. So now we're on the hunt for the rather excellent image there. Whether that's actually been an image with the signatures underneath or not, I don't know, but that'd be a nice one to get for the collection. SS Himalaya, the Orient line. And then my last one, or the first one in the auction, was the Tranto Freemasons, special meeting of the Freemasons, which was Titch Freeman's copy. There's 4 or 5 England players on there on board ship, the 1928-29 series. So that's quite a nice addition to my 28-29 era. I've got quite a bit on the 28-29 now, so we're quite pleased with that purchase. That also come along with some photographs of Titch Freeman. I'll just show you one here, which is all rolled up. So this is Gregory bowling. Titch Freeman bowling Gregory rather. That's quite a nice picture. It's just got to verify what game that was actually. I thought it was 26, but I'm not sure it was 28 rather. Not sure what it was. So we'll see. Anyway, this week came through the next edition of the Cricket Memorabilia Society magazine, which was the March edition obviously, which is another good publication. Nice colour picture there of Ranji Singh coming out to strike the ball through the covers obviously. Famous image of him there by Beldam. But some nice interesting little stories in here. I see James Marston's put another one in there. One thing that did take my eye on the back page was Don Bradman's 1928-29 touring cap, which as we know was sold in Australia to Mr. Freeman, I think his name was. Yeah, Friedman, that's right. So he's going to take it around Australia apparently. So I read on here with interest that the previous owner, obviously Peter Durnham, who was jailed for had the cap for 60 years, but was jailed for fraud a few years ago, and so he had it. He said he had it for 60 years. So that sort of put my interest up, because last week during my little hunt through, up came this from Christie's, which is 2004. Don Bradman's 1928-29 cap, and it's estimated for £15,000 to £20,000. Okay. It says on here, Christie's invites you to consign for our cricket, tennis, traditional sports sale. In 2003, we had an extremely successful sale with highlights including Sir Donald Bradman's 46-47 cap. I was at that auction, and a bat signed by Bradman for 1930 tour. So, and it says, the June sale will include an excellent selection of books, prints, autographs and memorabilia. Highlights include Sir Donald Bradman's 1928-29 baggy Australian cap, the back used by Jack Hobbs in 1930 to break Grace's record. So, I looked through, which is very confusing, I looked through the very good baggy green book there from Mike Howard and Michael Fahey, and it's got here Trumper and Bradman cap sales, and it got 2003 Bradman's 48 cap, and then 2004 Trumper's cap, 2004 Bradman 1930 cap, which in theory sold for $95,000. So, what do we make of that? I know they had two caps in 1930 for the English tour, because there's the cap showing the 1930 date on it. There's one photograph, and another one with his just the Australian Advanced Australia on. So what are we to believe? I know Christie's were not great at their research and things of items that they sold. I can remember going up there and eagerly looking at 1934 Australian set of signatures in an autograph book, fully signed it said. So I looked at it, and there was no Don Bradman, no Bertie Oldfield, and that happened quite regularly at Christie's as far as I could see. So the thing is that, or this cap, it's purporting to be a 1928 cap, is that the 1930 cap? Because obviously, if Matey's had that for 60 years, he might have put that up for auction. It didn't sell, but I can't imagine for the life of me, and I can't remember how much it sold for or didn't sell. So that is a very intriguing little bit of history going on there. What do we make of that, chaps? So anyway, so we'll see what happens with that. So on that front, there's some nice, as I say, some nice articles in the CMS magazine here, including one by myself, believe it or not, which was my pursuit of Sir Viv, which was a follow-up to Peter Wood's search for Bradman. He's done another one now, so he's got a New Zealand search on now, so I haven't read that one yet, but I'm sure that's a pretty good read. Some of you are fairly interested in the photographs or pictures that I put behind me. So this week, with the Don Bradman connection, I put up Jack Russell's Cricketing Hero series, which is I've got quite a few Jack Russell pictures and prints. This is limited edition, signed by Jack Russell and Don Bradman. I think it's number 82. I think Don signed 100 of the famous cover drive, so I'm quite pleased with that. But it's just a nice picture of that. Got it in a big frame, and it looks quite nice. But hanging it up needs a bit of space. Obviously, space is for a premium these days. So anyway, I'm not going to rabbit on too much more this week about things. Hope it's the debate on Don Bradman's 1928-29 cap is relevant. So hopefully see you on the next one. Cheers.